Hello, how we all doing? Hi everybody, hope you're doing fantastically well. What's that you wearing, Connor? What's that you wearing? I'll tell you, it's the hoodie. We are back with the merchandise. Guys, get on the website, get yourself a nice winter cozy hoodie. Go on, support the channel, and it's genuinely really nice. It is nice material. Look at the tassels. If you like a bow, put it in a bow. If you like it in a double bow, put it in a double bow. You like it just hanging, just let it hang. You know what I mean? It's the versatility of a hoodie. It's like a Bielsa side. Could a hoodie fit into a Bielsa side? Probably. If you can do these amount of things with it. Can you do that with a regular hoodie? Probably not. So yeah, hi. Welcome everybody. As I say all the time, I hope you're doing fantastically well. We're ready for the weekend. It is Friday. It's Friday, and this could be it. You know, this is it. The end of the window. And we've had a bit of sad news. We've had a little bit of sad news. Barry. He's left. Nothing's happened to him, thank God. But he has left Leeds United. And we're doing a little bit of a reaction. You know, as I say, you guys know that I'm doing this full time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reacting to Bielsa's press conference and then giving you a preview. Then give you an opposition preview as well. God, you are lucky. You really are. But yeah, listen, it's a real bout of sad news for me. Barry leaving the club. I really like Barry Douglas. He's one of the ones... Leeds' first ever signing. Some really lovely sentiments coming out from Calvin, coming out from Forshaw, coming out from everybody in the club. And yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for him that he's got his move. I'm gutted we never saw more of him. You know, everyone always turns around and says, I always got a bit of rubbish for never sort of criticising his performances, because you'll notice with me, I never did. With Baz, never ever did. But there's a reason behind that. I genuinely believed he was that good. And when you believe someone's that good, you'll always back them. And I thought his technical ability, his quality was always very, very good. And he did a job for us. You know, you look at the early part of his career, Norwich, Derby was absolutely brilliant. And came in, did a job. Victor Orta sent an open letter to him, guys. He sent an open letter to him. I mean, this is why I love this club right now. I love Leeds United because we're such a professional outfit. We look after our players. We look after our young lads. We look after our women. We look after our staff, you know, the backroom staff, everyone. It's just such a well-run club. And, you know, the sentiments towards Barry from Victor Orta, from Andrea Radrizzani, both essentially saying how well you've done for this club, even though you've not played a massive part in terms of on the pitch. But I tell you what, guys, off the pitch, you did. You know, you look at all the greats who've been part of any setup. They're always big influences off the pitch as well. They're always big influences. And I think I'm just so proud to be Leeds at this moment in time. The open letter from Victor Orta came out and said, thank you for everything you've done. You were the first permanent signing. I actually remember when you played against Millwall with a horrendous leg, you crossed the ball in and we scored a goal. And that's the sort of player he was. He would give everything for Leeds United and everything for the shirt. And I always remember when he'd be charging on when Luke Ayling scored, giving it that. And the biggest thing for me was when he turned round, according to Victor Orta's notes, he turned round after the Derby game, after we're all heartbroken. He turned round to them all and said, come on, we go again. We go again, Leeds. We'll go again. And we did. And we won the league. We absolutely did it at a canter. And players like him, players who've tasted promotion, players who've done it on the international scene as well, you know, players who've played in Europe like he had, coming in and being part of that fabric is absolutely pivotal. People always talk about what goes on the pitch. Off the pitch is massive as well. Absolutely massive. So thank you for all your comments as well. As Ronan says, hey up, Connor, like your channel. It's one family, one club, one community, one Leeds. You know, it is that. It really is. It's all about that. And we're a family. All of us who's watching, right? All of you who are watching me right now, genuinely. And this is what we're trying to build on this channel. And Baz, you know, I'd love to interview him one day. I'd love to talk to him. I really would, because I think he gave so much in his capacity. And I saw someone turn around today and say, 3 million, we didn't get enough for him. He's going out on loan. Then he's going to go at the end of his contract. Well, for me, we got a lot from him. We got a heck of a lot from him. You know, off the pitch, helping the youngsters, helping players like Leif Davis who play in his position, you know, helping people like Alioski probably try adapt a little bit more to that standardised left-back position. I think what a wonderful job. And And everything goes to Barry Douglas, and I'm going to be watching out for Blackburn. I really am. So I hope it's all right for you there, mate. And I'm sure you'll absolutely smash it. I feel that he's never had a chance at the Premier League, really. For all of you who are just joining and asking where Barry Douglas is going, he's going to Blackburn on loan, confirmed today. Probably should have clarified that at the start before pouring my heart out. But yeah, really, thank you so much, Baz. You've done wonders for us, and I think that's the last time we're going to see him, to be quite honest. So that, Bielsa was talking about how it made him so sad that he had players like Dallas, had players like Leaf, had players like Alioski in front of him. It makes him sad that he has to go. Because I think Bielsa knows as well how much he was part of it with Leeds. You could see it with the celebrations. He was the first one to pick up a bottle of champagne. He's the first one to congratulate the lads, to hug Victor Orta. He almost took on a captain's role, like every other member of this Leeds United side is a captain. We've got so many leaders in that changing room, which we've not had for 15 years. And yeah, just another big sort of. Yeah, I just wish it had worked out for him. I do. I had a bit of a soft spot for Baz. I do. And good luck to him. Good luck to you, mate. And so what else did we learn from the press conference? There's a lot of you saying, Connor, are we signing anyone? Are we signing anyone? We are not. Unfortunately, I apologise. We are not signing anyone. But there has been a little bit of a development in what Bielsa's saying. Now, what are we all looking for right now? We're looking at a cam. We're thinking we've not signed a central attacking midfielder, and it's annoying a lot of people right now. We're not looking for a cam. What's going on with Louis Sibley? Can he play in the 8? Can he transition from that centre midfield into that cam role? I don't think we're looking at that. I don't see the point in looking for that. Louis Sibley, he's a good young talent, but I want to be bringing through our young talent as well. I want to be seeing someone like Shackleton get a go. Is Louis Sibley going to massively help Leeds get to that next level as much more than someone like Shackleton? A little bit more different players. Louis Sibley, a little bit more creative. Jamie Shackleton, a little bit more industrious. But for me, I'd rather develop a Matthias Bogus. I think he's as good as Louis Sibley. So, yeah, I don't really see that. I don't really see that on Leeds' sort of priority list, to be quite honest. And Bielsa has actually just come out in the press conference and turned around and spoken about how amazing Rafinha is, how he's adapted. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing here, but how good he looks so far. We heard from Luke Ayling on Sky Sports that Rafinha has just been brilliant in training, adapted. And that's the big word. It's adapting on and off the pitch. Apparently, Helder Costa's taken him under his wing, and that's brilliant of Helder because Rafinha could be rivaling him for his position in the starting lineup. But the Portuguese link, he's took him under his wing, and that's great to see. Really good. Once again, another leader in the squad. Helder Costa, bit experienced now, taking someone like Rafinha under his wing, a young Brazilian. So, yeah, really exciting to see. But it looks like he's going to be transitioning in the long term, according to Bielsa, into the central attacking midfield position. Now, a lot of us were turning around and thinking he's a winger. He's a winger. That's it. No, he is a winger. But Bielsa, it looks like long term, he's going to be a cam, which is amazing because that's going to transition his play. He's played there before, but we know Rafinha is a winger, left or right, cutting in, skillful. And maybe that's why we want him in that cam role, because we know he can run at centre-backs. He can cause centre-backs problems. And I think that's a really exciting development because we know Bielsa's dynamic. We know Leeds play a lot of our play and build-up play on the wings. Leeds are dynamic and fluid out wide. We don't really build centrally. We build out wide. So you'd expect Rafinha to be another winger addition, but it doesn't look like he is. It doesn't look like he is. So that's really, really great to hear in terms of that. Rafinha, wow. Is that, if he is in that cam role, as Joshua White says here, trusting Bielsa, if he's going to be a cam, then he's going to be the best cam in the Prem. And I'd agree with that. It's going to be really interesting to see how he adapts. And a lot of people saying he's Brazilian. Yeah, he is, but Brazilians speak Portuguese, hence why Helder Costa's taken him under his wing. So yeah, really, really great to hear and see from Bielsa that. And another, we're talking about the cam role. Of course, the cam role is something that we're all talking about, we're embroiled in. And what's happened? Pablo's back. The return of the man. He's back. Pablo Hernandez is back for the Wolves game. Would you start him? Get your comments in the section below. I'm really interested to hear whether or not you would start him. That's going to be a really interesting development to see if he is going to be starting in that position. Will he be? We saw Rodrigo do so superbly well. Rodrigo is coming in and really making that position his own for me. He looks fantastic. He looked fantastic against Portugal for Spain. He looked fantastic against Manchester City. Fantastic when he came on against Sheffield United. So is that now his position? Is that his position to lose? But we've not seen him start a game yet. We've seen him start against Hull in the Cup, but no, we've not seen him start a game. And as Matthew says here, long-term fan of the channel, thank you, Matthew. I wouldn't start him. Impact sub for the best for the first game back. Josh says Pablo needs to start. It's going to be really interesting to see what Bielsa does, because we know when he's about, when Pablo's about, does Robert still start? Does Robert still start? That's going to be the interesting one. Because it doesn't seem to be like he's getting him out the side. It seems to be Bielsa continues to play him week in, week out, despite the performances. In my personal opinion, I don't think they've been ideal from Tyler. But, we hope that he's going to be able to develop more. And we do, of course we do. That's why we're here. He's a young lad. But, I'd like to see Roberts get hold of the ball a little bit more, be a bit brave, get it on the back foot, directly run at the centre-backs. You've got the ability, son. We saw that against England the other night. He was brilliant. Couldn't agree more, says James. Douglas was unlucky, injury, etc. Deserves to play regularly. Good luck to him, definitely. Good luck to you, Barry. Facundo, brilliant name. My problem with Rodrigo is he is not the best decision maker, at least with what I saw against Man City. And that could be a little bit of the deliberation with Bielsa there, Facundo, in terms of, is he going to be better off the bench? Because every time he's come off the bench, Sheffield United, Manchester City, he's been superb. Absolutely superb when he's come off the bench, changed the game. And maybe that's what he's thinking. But then what happens with Pablo? Because we saw Pablo do it. We saw Pablo do it off the bench, didn't we? Numerous times. But that's, since he's been in the Premier League, really, obviously he's been embroiled with injuries. But is that going to be his role coming off the bench? So then does Rodrigo start? The good thing is, we've got options there now, haven't we? Which we didn't have before. And as Phil says here, absolutely poignantly, a really good point here. Rafinha learning from Pablo and Bielsa can't fail. A 23-year-old coming into this mold, a 23-year-old South American coming into this mold with Pablo Hernandez and Marcelo Bielsa behind you. And you've got to look as well. How old's Rodrigo? 29? He's going to learn so much off him. So much off him. So yeah, really, really interesting news. Now, what we know as well with what Marcelo Bielsa has come out and said, Llorente is out for this game. It looks like he's going to be missing for up to 3 weeks, which it does annoy me because I watched him against Portugal and he was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We did videos on it. I did videos on it here at One Leeds. Oh, man. And I was written. I'm not saying he was going to come in and replace Captain Coops. Of course I wasn't. But that little battle between Cooper and Llorente was going to be really interesting to see in the next coming weeks. But obviously, there's Robin there who can be kicked out the squad. I don't think Robin will get kicked out, to be honest. I don't think he'll be kicked out. I think he just looks too good, way too good. And if you're talking about Ben White or Robin now, I'd be really interested to know what you guys say on that, ability-wise. Now, we know Ben White's struggling in that Brighton system at this moment in time. He's been put on his bum a few times by Rashford. I know there's a lot on the Brighton feed about Ben White and him maybe not adapting quickly enough. But in this Leeds system, he'd have been absolutely fine. But Robin, have we got a bit of a steal there? I think we have. What a brilliant player he looks to be. An excellent player. Brilliant against City. Brilliant against Sheffield United. And very unlucky for me against Liverpool in particular. But anyway, I'm waffling on. I'm going on a tangent. But that's the exciting thing. We've got options everywhere now. We're talking Cam. We're talking out wide. And we're going to see the emergence of Joe Gelhardt at some point. We know now as well that Greenwood is injured because of international duty. Let's boycott it. I'm sorry if you're patriotic in the comment section below. I'm sorry if you are. I'm a bit of a fickle international fan. I'll come in for the competitions, the World Cups, the Euros, but I won't come in for anything else. I'll get the face paint on in the Euros. Come on, England. But aside from that, I'm Leeds all the way. I really am. I am One Leeds. One Leeds, that is me. So, yeah. That's what I'm all about. And Greenwood's gone away on international duty. They reckon he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, which, obviously we don't expect him to get into that first team. As of yet, I think he's got a little bit of competition in terms of Rodrigo, Bamford, maybe even Gelhardt. But it's going to be really interesting to see. But yeah, so it looks like Cooper is out as well. We touched on Llorente. Cooper is there was going to be a late fitness test with Liam. Seems like he's not passed it. And, when you've got a groin injury, you ain't going to pass it. Trust me. I'm sure a lot of you have played football before. groin injuries are horrendous. I'd probably say they're worse than hammies. They're very difficult to get right. So, as I said in my previous video, do we let Liam just have a few weeks out? I still don't think he's recovered fully from previous injuries. You know, he's picking up more injuries and more injuries. We've seen through his time under Bielsa, he's injury-ridden at this moment in time. But, you know, because he's passionate, because he's the captain of the squad, he won't want to leave this team. He won't want to be out of any games in this Premier League campaign. We saw that against Liverpool away when he was out for that game. Am I assured in strike? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I thought he was fantastic against Liverpool. That left side, I thought he was brilliant. I actually had him as man of the match. Can you believe it? I had him as man of the match. We conceded 4, but I thought his pass completion, his aerial winners, he didn't lose one. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I really did. And yeah, I'm happy with him coming in, splitting the centre-backs. He's got a lovely left foot on him. What we're going to see throughout this game, I'm going to get into it in my preview. I am, don't you worry. But what we're going to see, from my opinion, is the fullbacks pushing up. You're going to see Calvin dropping back into a back three, really, with Strike and Robin. And what Calvin's going to be able to do when he's on the ball is he's going to give Strike and Cock that license to spread out wide, and then they're going to be playing those balls. And I think that's where we're going to hit Wolves, but you'll hear more of that in the preview. It's all up here with Wolves now. I've been doing so much research on them. But yeah, so really exciting times at Ellen Road. Obviously, we've been hit with a few mishaps, but that Rafinha news, that Pablo news, that's good. That's good. A little bit of depth. We don't know what's going on with this Wolves squad at this moment in time. I believe they've passed as negative at the start of the week, but obviously the symptoms develop. So I don't know whether or not they're going to be out. Obviously, we know Cristiano Ronaldo tested positive, part of the Portuguese squad, on Sunday night, I believe it was. So I think they're facing a late COVID test, I believe. Not 100% sure on that one. But yeah. You know, it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen there as well. Obviously, the differences with the Wolves side, we've got Diogo Jota, who's missing. We've also got Johnny, who's picked up an injury, I believe. Their left back. So it's a period of transition as well. We've got Finners, who is a massive YouTuber for Wolves. I think he's on about 40,000 subscribers, who came onto the channel, was brilliant. We did about a 20-minute preview, an opposition preview, which will be out. Obviously, the game's on Monday, guys. So we're being reactive to that. We're putting the content out at specific points. Up to that point, you've got your fan cams. You've also got my official preview, which I will be streaming. So stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed this, and there will be more content out for you. So guys, hit that subscribe button. The notification bell as well, hit that. So anytime I upload, you will get notified by it. And guess what? Just go and get yourself some. Look at that. Look at it. It genuinely is comfy, you know. I'm sweating here. Sweating buckets. It's probably that 9,000 watt light I've got up there. But gee, I do need to start getting sunglasses for that thing. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've had an enjoyable experience watching this. I hope I've brought you some good news. Rafinha coming into that centre attacking midfield role, adapting and being part of the squad on Monday, which is huge. We never see that with Bielsa's side, especially when we're in the Championship. But yeah, get over to LUTV. I'm doing some promo for him, obviously. I'm saying go watch that, the Reading under-23s. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not Ayling goes centre-back as well. Another option, which I've just seen here from Pandaman here. You know, saying that Ayling could go centre-back. We saw in his Arsenal days. We've seen his Leeds and Bristol City days. He can play centre-back. So that's going to be really interesting to see. So guys, I'm going to go. There's going to be your opposition preview out. I don't know, maybe today, tomorrow. I'm trying to time it right. But stay tuned. As I've just said, if you want to help us out on PayPal, that really, really helps me do this full time and bring you live press conference reactions like this throughout the day, because I'm not working at a shop. You know, I'm doing this full time, and I think a lot of you enjoy it. So any donations are mega. We've got Patreon stuff coming out this week as well, already filmed. Thank you so much once again. Have a lovely weekend, and Monday I will see you for the watch along. Cheers, guys.